So, does it have an issue accelerating? No. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over this 2021 Ram 1500 with the K2 Rocky Ridge package. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get straight into the video. So first off, this package is built off of a Ram 1500 Bighorn with the 5.7 liter Hemi e-torque. So it's good for 395 horsepower and then 410 pound-feet of torque. That's all routed through an 8-speed automatic. Because it has the e-torque system, it gets another 130 pound-feet off of the line. And yeah, it's everything for under the hood. I don't know which switch it is, so we're gonna press both of them. Let's go over the front end of this Rocky Ridge truck. So first off, this one's finished in Delmonico red. And then you guys can see that we've got our 1500 e-torque badge right there. And then coming to the front, we've got these full LED lights right here. Those are the normal lights for the truck with the LED accent lights. We have our Rocky Ridge logo. Notice we've got the amber marker lights that have been added and the light bar right there in that portion of the grille. Parking sensors at the bottom. And then you guys will notice with the air dam how that isn't nearly as big as what it normally is. And yeah, other than that, that is everything for the front end. Now coming to the side here, we've got these 20-inch wheels, and wrapped around them we've got 35s, and this comes with a 6-inch lift. Here's a quick look at that whole system right there. Definitely looks really cool from an aesthetic standpoint. And then coming down to the wheels, notice we've got the red brake calipers that say Rocky Ridge on it. That's another cool part of this package. But overall, I love the look of the wheel. It goes really well with the overall design on this truck. And then we also have the fender flares that have been added. We've got our K2 logo to let you know this is the K2 package. And then notice here with the side steps that have also been added. And then coming here to the rear, here's a quick look at everything there in the back. And yeah, other than that, well, I've got to take a step back because it's a pretty big truck. There's your full side view. Look how cool that looks. Popping here into the rear, notice this one has a bed liner because it does have the bed utility group, so that's why it's got the LED bed lights and those rails. And then notice that we've got our RockyRidgeTrucks.com logo there on the back window, and yeah, that's pretty much everything for the bed. Also pretty high off the ground with the tailgate because of the lift, and that's all. Now coming to the back, notice we've got our Bighorn logo, and then we've got our Rocky Ridge 4x4 logo. We've got the blacked out exhaust tips. This has a Gibson exhaust on it. Sounds fantastic. You guys will hear that a little bit later. Parking sensors there on the bottom. And yeah, other than that, that's everything for the rear. So enjoy this 3/4 angle because look at that thing. Now notice here with the door panel, this just has a traditional Bighorn door panel, so nothing's been changed here. But coming to the seats, we've got these beautiful seats. So we've got the red diamond stitched pattern, which looks absolutely fantastic. Still get the little storage containers down there. And then notice that trim right there is normal with the Bighorn Sport. And then we've got the USB's full power outlet, which look, it's helping me charge my camera. So pretty useful, right? And well, show you. Now coming to the door panel here at the front, notice we've got, again, that same cloth trim and leather, just like you get in a normal Bighorn. Got all of our window controls here. That power folds in the mirrors. And then here are the seats at the front, so you've got the Rocky Ridge logo. And then again, you've got that diamond stitched pattern all throughout, which looks really good. The adjustment on the seat. And then notice we've got the pedals down below. They are power adjustable. We've got the parking brake light controls right here. And then you've got the switches there for the front lights that have been added on. And there's one more look before we pop in. Now here is the steering wheel. It's just a regular Bighorn steering wheel. So you've got leather trim all around. We've got our gear limiter with the cruise control, and then we've got the controls for center stack with our voice command and phone controls. Radio controls here on the back. And then you've got the stock there for the turn signal / windshield wipers. And yeah, that's all for the steering wheel. Now coming to the gauge cluster here, we do have the custom gauges. So notice the red outlining, and it says Rocky Ridge on it. The center screen is completely unchanged. This also does have a speedo recalibration that comes with that package, so it's pretty cool. Look at the temperature outside. I'm just gonna leave that there, but yeah, that's all for the gauge cluster. We've got a 12 volt there at the top, and then here for the 12-inch display, you've got analog climate controls on either side. You've got the volume controls, and then we've got our tow haul mode right here, the parking sensors, stability control, the trailer steering, and then notice the trailer brake controls. Nothing's been changed with this screen. Still has like the backup camera, for example. You guys can see that. And other than that, it does have heated seats and a heated steering wheel because it's built off of a Bighorn package, and that's all for that area. Have the dial shifter right here, and then notice we got our 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, and then 4-wheel low with the true neutral. And then the auto stop start right there. And then notice with the center console, we've got nice red stitching that's been added to it. But other than that, it's all the same, and this slides backwards and forwards. And then notice you've got the storage space there with some USBs, and then we've got the power outlet down below. Glove box is unchanged, still says Bighorn on it, still functions all the same. And then also you just have a normal Bighorn dash. This does come with the Alpine sound system. We've got the control for the power sliding rear window. Pretty cool. It has the panoramic sunroof controls are all right there. Universal garage door opener, all black headliner, and that's all for the top. Here is the sticker for the Rocky Ridge. Sorry about the glare. Hopefully this focuses properly so you guys can actually read everything on it. Feel free to freeze the frame if you want to read all the individual options. And again, it comes with a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, which is pretty cool. Total MSRP, $83,276. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's take her out and see how she drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off here in this Rocky Ridge 1500. There's your visibility over the hood, through both of the mirrors, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So we're starting off here in the Rocky Ridge 1500, and first off, let's talk about the ride quality and road noise. So from a ride quality perspective, it really doesn't ride all that much different compared to a regular Ram 1500. It feels about the same, which is really good. When you lift a truck, sometimes it messes with the ride quality. This is definitely not the case. Now, aside from the ride quality, in terms of the road noise, it's actually pretty minimal. You don't hear a whole lot from the tires. You do get some nice noises from that Gibson exhaust, so that is definitely not a bad thing to have whatsoever. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, I hear the AC blasting, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, in terms of the drivability of this truck, it's really good. And this bump will actually show you guys going down it. Like, it really doesn't do all that bad. And one of the benefits of the Rams is they've got 5-link coil suspension in the back end, and so they're significantly smoother than trucks with leaf springs. But then on top of that, the back end doesn't get upset and go all over the place like a truck with leaf springs. And that's really important when you have a lift, because you've got more movement with the lift because you're higher up off the ground. And so with the coil suspension, it kind of decreases that in terms of what you feel as the driver, which is really good. But yeah, as a lifted truck, drives really smooth, so that's definitely a huge plus. Now, aside from the smooth ride quality and all of that, even though, right, it has a crazy tire and wheel setup and all that, it's actually not hard to drive whatsoever. It's not hard to steer, and it's not hard to fit in the lane or anything like that. Like my Ram TRX, yeah, kind of difficult. This, even though it has this cool wide stance, it doesn't have that same level of difficulty, so that's definitely a huge plus. And then we'll get an acceleration to see if this feels like it accelerates any slower. And again, remember, it does have that speedo recalibration, so that will help out with things. Well, I'll get back to you guys in a minute because we're not gonna be able to get an acceleration in this traffic. So coming up to here, it looks like we will be able to get our full-blown acceleration once this Ford Flex decides to actually move. So, does it have an issue accelerating? No. And you guys probably saw the traction control light flashing. I hope that shows you, like, it feels slightly slower than stock, but it's very, very minimal. Like, there really isn't too much of a difference from this to a stock truck, so you don't really give up much from an acceleration perspective. And yeah, that'll get me into summing things up with this Rocky Ridge. So exterior wise, I think it looks fantastic in this Delmonico, and then just with the badges and everything, I think that it kind of adds some cool flair to it. I like the light bar on the front. I like the marker lights too. Just kind of, again, adds a cool aesthetic to it. Yeah, overall, great looking exterior with the wheels, the tires, the lift, everything. Interior wise, you know, other than the dash, it's really nice with the seats, the red stitching, all that I think looks really cool. It matches the rest of the red accenting in the interior. So overall, definitely has a nice interior. And then from a driving perspective, it's smooth, it's quiet, and you really don't lose anything from acceleration perspective. So there really isn't any reason for you not to go for this truck if you love the looks of the lift, because you aren't really giving anything up. And so if you want a cool lifted truck that has a warranty, that isn't going to make you concede anything from a driving perspective, check out this Rocky Ridge Ram 1500. And again, The Provo store has this, and they have a Black Widow. Now that's going to sum things up for our video with this 2021 Ram 1500 Rocky Ridge K2 edition. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out their inventory and link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.